gorgeous souls. Welcome to CosmoMuse Tarot and my weekly Wednesday reading. Although this is timeless and you may be here on not a Wednesday. It's just when I publish these is on Wednesdays. And I vacillate from doing sort of a glow up message where you're about to have a glow up and a healing message, which is what I'm doing this week. And a lot of these healing messages, not everyone, but I typically use an Alana Fairchild deck because each of her cards holds really, really deep, in-depth, profound healing messages that, you know, when I use a deck in one of my typical readings where I'm using lots of oracle cards and sort of intuitively interpreting, we don't get into like the depth of the messages she is bringing with each card. And so I just thought it would be cool to be able to tap into that sometimes. So this week we are going to use her Rumi Oracle. And Rumi was a Sufi mystic. And her intention with this deck is to really tap into, you know, so each card in the deck connects to one of Rumi's poems. So he was like a poet mystic of, you know, Sufism. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, Sufism. And they are mystical. Sometimes trying to understand a Rumi poem is really inexplicable. You just sort of have to feel it. And she's just kind of gone with an open heart and brought, you know, like more like some articulation of these deep heart medicines that Rumi taps into. He has like known to have a very, very open heart, and they're very much so like heart-centered poems and wisdoms. And so Alana in each of these cards is really diving into one of his poems and opening them up in an articulated way to grab onto in more, I don't know, with more instruction, I guess you could say. Definitely. So I will just be reading from the book, literally, the message that the Rufi poem associated, and then Alana's interpretation. And then at the end of each of her interpretations is sort of like a healing, in this it's called a sacred honoring ritual. So I will also be drawing a tarot card before getting into your card, just as like a significator of like why you may have been drawn to the particular card you chose. And you can choose multiple cards in this too if you feel the need for multiple sort of heart and mystic wisdoms. Okay, so that said, we are going to shuffle and choose 3 different piles from this Rumi Oracle. And so the first one, the courage of your love. Pile 2 is victory of Miriam. That one's trying to come out. And then pile 3 is sacred convergence. Okay, let me straighten these out a little bit. So feel free to, I'll get my hands out of the way, to pause here and see which piles you are feeling drawn into. Maybe you're only feeling drawn to one pile. You may not even be feeling drawn to any of them, or you could be feeling drawn to all 3, whatever really connects for you. When you're ready, timestamps are in the descriptions, and I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, pile 1. You guys chose the courage of your love. I'll hold the card up a little closer. Beautiful. And we're going to pick a quick tarot card to as like a significator, your significator showing maybe why you were drawn here. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Yeah, beautiful, really beautiful energy drew you here. Okay, so let's tune into the book here. Let's see, it's card 38. Okay, so the courage of your love. So the first thing I'll be reading is the actual Rumi kind of poem or wisdom, and then I will get into Alana's interpretation. Okay, so love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. Rumi. I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from your slumber, I need to roar like a lion. You must awaken, my beloved. There is no need to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for your sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful to have thus awoken. Ah, yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. You fear me no more. You thank me. You jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then along with me, awakening the others as we cause the ground to rumble, disturbing those even in their deepest slumber. You, like me, are a fierce lion, not a lamb, to be led to so many slaughters, the variety and opportunity for which is available in terrible abundance in our world. There is a Sufi story about a mother with her breast leaking milk. She loses her child, and once she finds him again, instantly lets him suckle for as long as he needs. A Sufi master nearby says to his students, "Do you think she would throw her baby into the fire?" And the students all say, "No, of course not." And the master replies, "Allah loves his children more than she, with enough tenderness to throw them into the fire." So it is with love. At first, as a young heart, you want only comfort for your beloved. You cannot bear the thought of pain within them, even for a moment. Your own suffering is easier than bearing the suffering of your beloved. That your young heart grows wise through experience. It becomes an elder, an ancient heart, tempered by grace and rendered strong with compassion. This is the great heart that can hold the suffering of the world within it, and yet still find space for peace, for sweetness, for tenderness, and for rapture. This is the heart that shines with courageous love. It is willing to feel and bear all suffering without judgment, whilst gently holding it in the truth of what the suffering really is, the drying out of the mind addicted to suffering. This drying out is necessary so that love can ignite itself and transform dead wood into living fire. The drying out is a challenging and enduring process. The path of freeing the heart from the effects of a fearful mind is an initiation into great power. So many lapses will happen before the heart grows strong enough to overpower old patterns and surrender without condition or equivocation. When it is ready to surrender in such a way, the heart is free and allowed to simply be. Even the mind then, finally freed from shackles and joyfully submitting to love, declares, "Let love be, in whatever way it shall be. I can bear it. I can take refuge in it. I shall not turn away from it. I am the lover." You are an ancient one with a heart older than the mountains. You are being asked to free yourself from the too small loves of the youthful heart and come to understand and accept the wisdom of your nature heart. Of your mature heart. Guys, I think I need glasses. Your mature heart is not cursed with hardness or detachment, but with compassion and tenacious devotion to the cause that is most real and matters most. the quest for life of the human soul. Your ancient heart loves the soul and will roar like a lion of love at the wolves that would casually devour it. So trust in the courage of your heart. You are not cruel. You are not hard. You are not careless. You are passion personified. You are the lion of love. So allow yourself to be the lion, not the lamb. Stand true in your own heart. Cause trouble, make noise, be proud, and be mighty. Then rest after that savage divinity. Rest and restore, for day after day you shall claim your holy lands and refuse to give them up to less noble creatures. Though you survey their manipulations and attempts to claim power with compassion, you do not underestimate them or relax your vigilance. You shall not allow for even a moment that falsehood be accepted as true in your heart. This oracle comes with particular guidance for you. You are not to give into less than you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others of our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. You are not to give into the idea that you are a victim and cannot free yourself from your suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions, so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly returned to Mother Earth, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. This oracle comes with another message for you. You have a challenge before you, or that you are now moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured or how big you have built that challenge up to be in your mind, no matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there is and shall be a victory beyond it, and it is imminent. This oracle has come to you to let you know you are empowered to succeed. You have what is required within to do it, and that the time for your victory is drawing nearer. So do not give up. Instead, do the sacred honoring ritual as needed, and when you feel so inclined, open your mouth and roar love from the very depths of your being. Create a sound of truth for yourself. In that sound, you will hear the mightiest one of all roaring along with you, saying, "Yes, love, I am with you," and together we claim divine victory. So we roar how we roar. So the sacred honoring ritual is to follow, and it's pretty short. Okay, say aloud, "I call on Rumi, Lion of Love, and my own wise higher self. I now choose to assert the dignity of my soul and the power of my heart. I release all lesser bonds based in fear and deception. I no longer need to hold on to these. I am ready for truth, and with unconditional love, I am supported, protected, and guided on my path to victory, held in guardianship by the unending power of love. So be it." If you feel the need to get down on all fours and roar a bit, do it with relish. Then you have finished your honoring ritual. Okay, and it makes sense in that message saying this is near at hand, because the Nine of Cups showing up is saying that you are very close, and it will feel very good, whatever it is you are sort of claiming and overcoming and empowering in yourself. Okay, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. If this resonated, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, subscribes. Also grateful for kind and thoughtful comments, and I'm wishing you guys a lot of lion's love here, and good luck with this beautiful healing message. All right, see you guys. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your Rumi Oracle reading. You guys picked the card that is Victory of Miriam. Okay, so before I get into the guidebook to read the interpretation for this card, we are going to pick a tarot significator for you, showing what it is that drew you to this message. The World, something coming into completion here. Yeah, some fulfillment, some completion, definitely being felt here. Okay, so this is card 41. So initially I'll be reading a poem by Rumi, and then Alana does like her own interpretation that's a little bit more poetic as well, and then it goes into a little bit more like intricate, more concrete kind of thoughts and details. And then at the end there will be a sacred honoring ritual as well. Okay, so Victory of Miriam. If you are longing to caress the moon, don't turn away from it. If you are not ill, why do you crawl under a blanket to hide? You are in a quarry of sweets. Why do you look so sour? You live in the spring of life. Why are you withered inside? Don't fight against yourself. Don't flee from what could be your glory. Like a fearless moth, dive into the flame. Why be linked to your obsessions? Burn out in the flames until your heart and soul are enlightened. Get out of the old carcass and form yourself a new body. Why are you afraid of a fox when you descend from lions? Why be a lame ass when you have the strength of stallions? The beloved you seek will arrive to open the door for your fortune, for love is the key that opens all your locks. Rumi. Okay, you feel you are immortal, and I know you are divine. You feel you are not ready for the task, and I know that triumph is only moments away. You reach to me for protection, but you are me, and the protection that you seek is already with you. We are not apart. I am living through all that you are and all that you love, all that you have lost, and all that you offer me in surrender. I am in you as your courage and magnificence, and any task I send to you is simply one of the tasks for which you were born. You are an eagle with wings ready to soar, so I push you from the cliff top that you may know yourself. This oracle brings you a message of affirmation and success. That's crazy. That's what the world is. Your victory is already assured. You are being led to it now. No matter if you believe it is not possible and you are placing more faith in the appearance of distraction or obstacle than in utter success. No matter if you have forgotten for a moment that the divine lives in you as you and that apparent failure is only a part of the process. The plan through which learning happens, serving the ultimate holy victory. Yes, your victory is inevitable. So you are being given this reminder from the Holy Mother Mary, also called Miriam, and the beloved divine presence of love that she serves. It is that presence that is real. It is the Holy Mother that is real. It is the divine in you that is real, and all else swirls around you so your soul can play. Every challenge and adventure is an opportunity for you to test your mettle and to be what you are in truth. The eagle that flies requires space and open sky. The tigress that hunts requires hunger to drive her to fulfill her being and live her nature. You need what you need to realize your divine nature as a living, holy expression of the greatest love. So life is providing for you that your needs be met. Whatever may be troubling you or is soon to present itself is not a situation or circumstance meant to bring you trouble. You just need to allow yourself to become more eagle-eyed, beloved wild one. It is not what appears to be that is the source of challenge for you, not at all. It is only how you are viewing the situation. Can you allow yourself to shift perspective? Yes, you know this is truth. It is only in forgetfulness that fear creeps in. Oh yes, to forget for a moment that you are divinity and to lapse into erroneous belief that the challenges are more real than the love they veil. No, the real challenge is in the attitude, not in any circumstance or situation. Will you remember that all is divinity manifesting and nothing exists outside of it? All is perfectly designed to help you fulfill your being, your divine loving heart. Be curious rather than afraid. What is loving seeking to draw out of you now. It is always love in interaction with you, even if sometimes you feel like you are hauling a massive rock on your back up the steepest of all hills to build a temple at its apex. Yet when that temple is built, overlooking the ocean, and a startling burst of golden orange sunset explodes across the water, turning it to gold, you'll forget about climbing that hill. You'll just drink in the view instead. You'll forget what you were supposed to worry about. You don't have to hate it when it happens. You'll just have to love in that moment and be peaceful instead. It makes more sense to notice the sunset than to turn your back upon its glory and grumble about how heavy those rocks were. Then, in your inspiration and your forgetfulness, you'll dream of another temple and the process of creation, perhaps with more lugging about of great heavy rocks, and it will begin again. But then so too will another captivating sunset be granted, best witnessed in your newly built temple, that renders you speechless and spellbound. This oracle brings you guidance and comfort. Whatever is going on in your life right now, whether it brings you joy or deepest struggle, is the divine in you and you breaking through into your life. Do not hesitate to trust it. Embrace it fully and let it have its way. There is nothing there that needs to be resisted. You are safe to be wild, to be alive. Live it with love and let it unfold. The promise of success is yours. So allow yourself to be brought to it through the guiding wisdom of life, the life that serves love. There is also a part of you that is daring to love, to live, and to trust more so than before. You are even daring to quit the traumatic tendency to relive so many past hurts and aches. You no longer want to taunt yourself with failure and critique. You are less frightened of yourself, so you do not need to sabotage yourself anymore. You are learning love's way and claiming it as your own. This is your path to victory assured. This oracle asks you to trust in your growing optimism, to let the war be over now and put it behind you, even if it means weeping with sweet sorrow and relief for a while. The sunset is golden. The struggle is behind you. Now just rest and enjoy the golden glow as you rest with love a long, long while. Okay, so a sacred honoring ritual. With your hands in prayer at your forehead, breathe in and out as if you can allow your mind to become still. Then say aloud, I call on Miriam, who loves me without condition. To bring me faith, and Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, to bring me oneness with the great beloved. I call upon the unconditional loving wisdom of life and my own divine essence, and I give thanks for all that is. I give thanks for the light that will be born from the darkness, and I give thanks for the fullness of my being coming into expression now. I give thanks for the grace and mercy that guides my way, and I surrender into the love that is leading me into my divine destiny now. So be it. Close your eyes and bow your head to your hands in prayer again, and still your mind if you can for several moments. When you feel ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your honoring ritual. Beautiful, beautiful message, and it definitely seems you were drawn here because you are near to succeeding in something, bringing something into a certain sort of wholeness of being. All right, this is where I'm going to leave you guys. I hope this message was very healing for your heart to hear, encouraging, and if it resonated, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, subscribes. Definitely always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well, and I wish you guys a really beautiful day and a lot of love, and I will see you in future readings. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to your reading, pile 3. You guys chose the Rumi card, Sacred Convergence, and I can't help but notice that it's the number 11 card as well, which, always to me feels like it holds some kind of frequency shift and portal energy. So before we get into the guidebook to read about this card, we are going to pull a significator card to show a little bit about why you were drawn to this reading. Two of Swords, which has a lot to do with really quieting your mind and tapping into your intuition rather than logic to make a decision needing to be made. Okay, so something about maybe a decision or needing to still your mind, or something about connecting more deeply to intuition may have something to do with coming here. Okay, so jumping into the guidebook, there will be the Rumi poem first, and then there will be kind of a poetic spin-off from Alana's interpretation, and then it gets into a little bit more concrete interpretation too. And then at the end, what is it called? An honoring, I think it's a sacred honoring ritual. Okay, sacred convergence. Roaming about town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and the beasts. A human is what I am longing for. The human cannot be found. We have searched. What cannot be found is what I am longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I am longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this in the middle of the circle is what I am longing for. Rumi. Okay, how I have longed for you, my very own. Look no further for the family beyond your family, the relationship beyond all other relationships, the great love that unveils all other loves to be mere reflections of the one great and true love is here for you now. It is I who have sought you through the stirring of your own heart. Yes, 'twas I, hidden beneath every secret, yearning for something more, something full, something special, something all-encompassing. Behind every yearning, always I have hidden. Now I show myself to you, that you may become so filled with the same passionate devotion that I hold for you, that your mind will fall away, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of love, tossed into an ocean of silent, unending bliss. Come to me, we are to be one now, in sacred convergence of silent, eternal passion. Sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. The common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal, passionate purpose. You'll have a sense when this process is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room, or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just visiting the same beach or parkland, but at that moment there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. The trickle-down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much with a personal level beyond being in the same space. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You'll become freer to shed your fears, let go of relationships based in fear and judgment, and open up to those more loving, responsive, and inspiring to continue on your personal journey in increasingly profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you are part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you, but the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development. and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defenses and barriers towards groups of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with, no matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. No, that shall not do for your soul growth. Just step away. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part, take your steps, dance, sing, and be, and allow the gifts of the sacred connection to change your world, for this is the spiritual gift presented to you now. This oracle comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation, and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have over-pruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Whilst you learn to sustain that vibration within you until it cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand, you are wise to place yourself in more nourishing connections. If you want a plant to grow, why not give it the best soil and conditions in which to do so? Certainly, the plant of love can and will grow in the most inhospitable conditions, but it can be rather more joyful to grow in gentler, more nourishing conditions if possible. This oracle comes to you with guidance that the possibility for more joyful relationships and growth of love within is in your power. You can choose each day, each moment. Just take a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment, and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. So let that be your guiding principle now as you release the old and trust that even if your garden of relationship becomes sparse for a while, you have been cutting back unhealthy plants to allow for new life to flourish. It is only a matter of timing for the reason of new life and growth to come again. And so it shall, bringing with it sacred convergence of souls on the path of love, your soul tribe, your soul family, your new tribe of those journeying upon the path of love. Okay, to end, there is a sacred honoring ritual. Say, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I open to your grace. I hereby declare I am willing to release those connections that no longer serve my spiritual growth on the path of love. I release relationships based in fear and am open to those based in love. I surrender the need to know, to judge, to assert control, and to be in the right. I open up to tolerance, intuition, and honoring of my heart. I open to love. Show me the way, brother of my soul. Guide me through your grace into the sacred convergence of my soul and divine love in its most gracious expression now and always. I call in my soul tribe of love, and I open my heart to nourishing connections in all ways now. So be it. Close your eyes and relax with your hands resting on your heart. Do this for however long feels good for you. When you are ready, simply open your eyes and you have completed your sacred honoring ritual. All right, that is the end of your message. I hope this resonated and brought some beautiful heart energy to you. If so, if this resonated, I always appreciate support with likes, shares, subscribes, and always grateful for kind and thoughtful comments as well. As a side note, if you enjoy astrology, down in the descriptions there is a link to an astrology newsletter I do. It is free. You can upgrade to a paid version as well. It's things such as like the astrology of the month ahead, or a planet going into a new sign and that meaning. The paid version also comes with by sign horoscopes as well. Yeah, so check that out if that interests you. And I wish you guys a lot of love and beauty with this message, and I will see you in future readings.